From the moment baby Noah took his first breath, his mother, Emily, believed she was prepared for everything motherhood could throw at her. Sleepless nights? Check. Endless diapers? Check. Baby food on every piece of furniture? Absolutely. But the one thing she never could have predicted was how their golden retriever Maple would become the quiet hero of their family. It began on what seemed like a completely ordinary Thursday morning. The sun was creeping through the blinds, painting soft golden stripes across the living room floor. Birds chirped outside, cars passed in the distance. Just a normal day. Emily had slept only 4 hours, but that was enough to leave her feeling semi-functional, which was practically a luxury for a new mother. She set Noah down in his playpen with a few soft toys while she prepared breakfast. Maple was already lying close beside him, her fluffy tail sweeping the carpet gently every time the baby giggled. Maple adored Noah from the day he came home. She wasn't just lounging around near him. She was always actively watching, observing, protecting. Golden retrievers were known to be gentle, but Maple took it to another level entirely. If Noah made so much as a tiny squeak, Maple was there within seconds, checking on him as if she were his personal guardian. Emily often joked that Maple was the real parent, but that morning, Maple wasn't acting like the sweet, calm, patient dog she normally was. As soon as Emily woke up, she noticed Maple sitting upright, ears perked, staring directly at the baby's room. Not relaxed, but alert, focused. She brushed it off at first. Dogs sometimes behaved oddly. But then came the pacing, and the circling, and the low, soft whines. "Maple, girl, what's gotten into you?" Emily asked as she poured Noah's oatmeal into a bowl. Maple didn't look at her. She didn't even blink. She kept her eyes locked on Noah, and every few seconds she nudged him gently with her nose, as if trying to guide him somewhere. Emily laughed lightly. "What? Are you jealous because he's eating first today?" Maple didn't move. No wag of the tail, no playful bounce, no silly head tilt. Just a tense, focused stare. That was the first moment something inside Emily tugged. That motherly instinct that whispers, "Pay attention." But she went about her morning anyway. She strapped Noah into his high chair and slid his breakfast in front of him. Maple immediately positioned herself beside him, her body stiff, her ears pointed forward. "Maple, sweetie, you're not acting like yourself," Emily said softly. Then it happened. Just as Noah reached for his spoon, Maple suddenly stood on her hind legs, wrapped her front paws around the baby's torso, and pulled him close. A tight, almost human-like hug. Not rough, not panicked, but purposeful. Emily dropped her dish towel in shock. "What are you doing?" "Maple, honey, let him eat." But Maple wouldn't let go. She kept her head low, her body around the baby, her eyes flicking once toward the window and then back to Noah. That's when Emily felt her first cold wave of fear. She walked to the window. The morning looked perfectly normal. There was no stranger outside, no wildlife, no movement at all. "Maple, why are you hiding him?" But Maple didn't answer, of course. She just tightened her position as Noah squirmed and let out a frustrated babble. Maple gently nudged his chest, encouraging him to stay still, stay close, stay protected. Emily took a deep breath. Dogs sensed things humans didn't. Earthquakes, storms, illness, even emotions. But what was Maple sensing? She scooped Noah into her arms and carried him into the living room. Maple followed instantly, walking so close her fur brushed against Emily's legs. When she set Noah on the carpet, Maple crouched low and wrapped herself around him again, hiding him with her body. This was no accident, no playful dog behavior. It was intentional, protective, urgent. That's when Emily felt it. A mild throbbing at her temples, a strange heaviness in her chest. She had felt slightly off since waking up, but she assumed it was just exhaustion. She sat down for a moment, rubbing her forehead. The house felt heavy and quiet, too quiet. Even the refrigerator sounded muted. Maple lifted her head suddenly, ears perked, staring at the hallway. Her body stiffened. She rose to her feet and positioned herself directly in front of the baby again. Emily held her breath and listened. At first, she heard nothing. Then, click! A tiny, faint sound, so soft it could have been mistaken for a settling house. Maple growled. Not loud, not threatening, but low, concerned, almost communicating, something isn't right. Emily stood up slowly and walked toward the hallway, Noah in her arms, Maple by her side. Click! This time she recognized it. It wasn't random. It wasn't a normal house noise. It was rhythmic, a failed alarm trying to activate. She flicked on the hallway light. Her breath caught. The carbon monoxide detector, the one she kept meaning to replace, was blinking an angry red light. Not fully alarming, but desperately trying to. Her entire body went cold. Suddenly everything made sense. The headache, the strange heaviness, the muffled sounds. And Maple? Dogs were far more sensitive to carbon monoxide, and Maple had been trying to keep the baby low. Where the concentration? Maple? Oh my God. Emily rushed forward, grabbed the device, and saw the flashing error code. She didn't waste a second. She grabbed Noah, opened every window she could reach with one frantic sweep, then bolted for the front door. Maple stayed glued to her, guiding her steps, nudging the baby toward the fresh air outside. Once outside, Emily strapped Noah into his car seat to breathe. Maple jumped into the back seat beside him without being asked. Emily called 911 with shaking hands. When the firefighters arrived, they confirmed it. There was a dangerous leak in the utility room. A slow leak, but increasing. Had they stayed inside another hour, the consequences could have been devastating. The fire captain kneeled beside Maple and gave her a gentle rub on the head. "This dog is a hero," he said. "She knew something was wrong long before that detector did. You're lucky she reacted the way she did." Emily nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks. Maple, still sitting beside Noah, leaned her head onto his lap, as if she had no idea of the magnitude of what she had done. She wasn't looking for praise. She wasn't looking for attention. She was just relieved he was safe. The firefighters worked for nearly an hour, ventilating the house and repairing the faulty connector. Maple never once left Noah's side. Every time Emily picked him up, Maple followed. Every time Emily walked into a room, Maple checked the air first. Later that afternoon, when everything had settled, Emily sat on the floor with Maple at her feet and Noah in her arms. She reached for Maple's face, gently lifting it so the dog would look at her. "Thank you," she whispered. "You saved my baby. You saved me." Maple gave a small, humble wag of her tail and nudged Noah's foot. From that day forward, Maple became even more protective, but in a calm, gentle way. She positioned herself near vents, sniffed the air periodically, watched over the baby during naps, and always slept near his crib. She wasn't anxious anymore. She was simply doing her job, the job she believed she was born to do. And Emily never took Maple's instincts lightly again. She scheduled regular detector checks, installed brand new alarms in every room, researched safety tips she wished she had read sooner. And every night before bed, she thanked Maple again, sometimes in whispers, sometimes in tears, for being the guardian angel her family didn't even know they needed. Maple didn't wear a tape. She didn't speak. She didn't make dramatic gestures. She simply listened to the world in a way humans couldn't. And she acted, quietly, bravely, instinctively. Because to her, the baby wasn't just part of the family. He was hers to protect, at all costs. As the years went on, and Noah learned to walk, then run, then talk, Maple stayed beside him every step of the way. At playgrounds, she watched from a respectful distance. On walks, she positioned herself between Noah and passing bicycles. And every night, she rested her head on his bed until he fell asleep. One day, when Noah was a little older and learning to talk, he placed his tiny hand on Maple's head and whispered, "My doggie saved me." Emily smiled, because he was right. Maple had saved him in ways he would grow to understand only much later. Some heroes are loud, some wear uniforms, some rush into danger, and some, like Maple, simply love with such depth and intuition that they know when something is wrong long before anyone else does. Emily didn't need anyone to tell her Maple was special. She already known, because the dog who once wrapped herself around her baby to hide him had also wrapped her heart around their entire family, and she would protect them for the rest of her life. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more real-life dog hero stories, and tell us in the comments what you think about Maple's amazing instincts. Your support helps us share more incredible moments like this.